Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to talk about, in my opinion, the best, or necessarily my favorite wrestlers that never held a single championship in WWE. Now, it can't be anybody actively on the roster because, anything can happen in the future. This is not just necessarily a world championship. They didn't hold any championships. So listen to these four names and let me know your four favorite wrestlers to never hold a championship. There's so many, but these are just mine. First, we're going to talk about Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow redefined what it means to be a big guy. He was trusted with running a main event with defensive NFL legend, almost said offensive, defensive, probably arguably the best NFL defensive player of all time, Lawrence Taylor, or LT if you prefer. And it was a decent match. So clearly he was trusted to run main event matches. However, he was just never in that picture. The closest he ever came really was a tag team championship tournament, but still didn't even make it through. Next, we've got Dusty Rhodes. Now, the reason for this is, to be fair, when he came to WWE, he was already in his 40s, but that doesn't mean anything. You can be 50 and you can still be a champion. But he was Vince McMahon's direct competition at one point. He booked Vince McMahon's competition, so Vince McMahon wasn't the biggest fan of Dusty. He put him in the polka dot thing, and it just never worked. He didn't understand what he had in Dusty Rhodes. Or maybe he did, and he just didn't want to use him correctly. And for Dusty Rhodes to never have a run with any major championship or any tag team or anything is just, in my opinion, a complete waste of the talent of one of the greatest minds and talkers of wrestling history. Next, we've got Vader. Now, I know why this happened, because he ran afoul of Shawn Michaels because he was slightly too stiff in the ring and he missed the spot, and Shawn Michaels was not happy. And this was earlier Shawn Michaels when he was according to himself, this is not me saying it, where he admitted he was a nightmare backstage, which he's big enough now to admit that. But it's still sad because everywhere else he went, All Japan, WCW, just everywhere else he went, he was booked like an absolute monster heel beast. Same as Bam Bam Bigelow, redefined what a big man in wrestling could truly be, but was just never used in that capacity in WWE. And lastly, some of you already know my thoughts on this man. It's Jake the Snake Roberts. One of the, according to a lot of wrestlers, if you listen to their podcasts and interviews they have with other people, one of the best minds in wrestling history. One of the best psychological wrestlers ever. Now, the thing about Jake is obviously his personal demons got to him, but that doesn't make him any less of a threat for any championship. Did Jake the Snake's character really need a championship? No, but would I have loved to see him with a world championship? Absolutely, or just in the Continental or something. Now, Jake the Snake obviously had memorable feuds, and his feuds were more personal than championship related. There was a rumor that he was going to run a championship feud against Hulk Hogan, but Hulk Hogan put the kibosh on it because Jake the Snake got more cheers than him on the house shows. So I don't know how true that is. It's just hearsay, but if that's the case, that's very sad because I would have loved to see Jake the Snake just once world champion or intercontinental champion. What do you guys think of my list? Let me know your four. Until next time, peace.